What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Booker in the building, man. Listen here, we are back live once again. Middle school coaches, man. Middle school coaches show. We got middle school information, man. We got middle school scores, man. We're gonna talk about it, man. Week 3, we almost there, halfway there, just that fast, man. Middle school, it's middle school football for sure. Charlotte CMS middle school football is going down. You can see how I got my hat slam right there. That hat, new hat. I ain't really no Duke fan, but I am a Blue Devil fan. That's I'm a JMA Blue Devil fan. We're gonna talk about it. Yup. We're gonna talk about that and more. We're gonna talk about that and more. This is the episode 3, week 3, episode 3, middle school talk show, middle school sports, football. We're gonna talk about it, man. Hey, week 3 went down, man. Like Freddie Brown went down, man. Some good football being played, man, in middle school football. Normally, people been talking trash about middle school football now. Middle school football is trending upward. Middle school football is trending upward for those, contrary to what people might believe. Middle school football is getting more and more competitive. As we go into the second annual road to the Elite Eight, the Elite Eight, and that's how many teams that will make the 2024 middle school CMS middle school football playoffs, man. Everybody trying to make the middle school playoffs, man. Period. That's what it is, man. Forget what everybody else talking about. People trying to get to the playoffs. Playoffs? Yep. Trying to get to the playoffs. Trying to get to the playoffs, man. So I'm expecting some guys to come in, man. I hope I get some guys to come in. If not, we still gonna rock. We still gonna rock. Even if they don't come in, we still gonna rock. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Give me one moment, man, and we're gonna get uh, yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about middle school football, man, live and kicking. Doing well, man. I'm really impressed with some of the teams, man. We got teams that have emerged onto the middle school scene, man. Here's what we're trying to do here on the lines, man. We're trying to get more exposure to the CMS middle school football players, teams, and players. We don't want to just talk about the teams. We want to talk about your players, man. We got to give these middle school football players their flowers, man. Because at the end of the day, these middle school football players are making up the CMS high schools. All right? Let's keep it real. Where's these players coming from? Where's these high school football players coming from that you see right now? Some of the D1 guys, some of the 5-star guys, 4-star guys coming from North Carolina. Where are they coming from? And a lot of times we don't know where they're coming from. Why? Because people have stopped. People don't follow middle school football like they should here in Charlotte, North Carolina, man. And like I said, we're trying to get it where it's trending upward, where people are now coming out to the games. Even if we want people that didn't have anything to even do with these teams to come out. We want the neighborhood to finally come out and start supporting middle school football. It means something now. Something's on the line right now. They got the middle school playoffs that started 2023, first annual middle school playoffs, man. If you go on YouTube right now and just pull up some of these teams and pull up the Elite Eight games, middle school football was very competitive. It was very competitive. So, contrary to what people might say, You know, middle school football is it's a lot more competitive than you think. Now, I came from the world of youth football, 12U, 13U teams. Um, and to be honest, when I had these when I had these middle school age kids, 12, 13, playing for their middle schools, I couldn't even have football practice. I would have 8 players. I would have maybe yeah. I would have maybe we have 6, 7, 8 players at practice, man. Come on, man. I'm done with that. I'm rushing to get off work, rushing to come in, and I ain't got about 8, 9 players, man. Cause middle school football, they was at middle school football practice, right? So now I'm able to go to middle school football practice, and every practice I got 25 to 30 kids. Give me 25 to 30 kids for 5 days a week, and I can almost guarantee you, I'm gonna show you a football team that looks like a football team is supposed to look. I'm not saying that I'm the greatest coach, but I'm gonna make sure that we look like we have been practicing. A lot of times a lot of people had come out to some of these games and they was wondering why does middle school football look like this? These guys got 5 days to practice with these kids and footballs and a lot of times it just didn't look quite like competitive football. So now I think we got some other type coaches coming in. We got coaches from the youth football. And hey, listen, man, y'all talk trash about these youth football coaches. Middle school, here's what I don't get. Middle school, middle school coaches talking trash about youth football coaches. But the same youth football coaches are producing the starters and the impact players on your team. I'm gonna say that one more time. The middle school coaches are trash talking the travel ball teams, the travel rec ball teams, Pop Warner, AYF, AAU. Y'all trash talking these guys, right? We can't trash talk them because they are producing the starters and the impact players that are on our team. They're developing them and they're sending them to us. Now to those kids, honestly, middle school football is the priority. They want to play middle school football. It's the popular thing to do, right? But I'm about, for me, I'm down with youth football coaches. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of y'all youth football coaches are trash. I love y'all, man. I love y'all, man. But some of y'all trash, y'all. Straight up. And the reason why I'm saying y'all trash, man, because it looks like trash. Trash look like trash, man. So and whoa. Hold up now. Hold up now. I'm not gonna just do that to the middle school, to the youth football coaches. I love y'all middle school football coaches too. And I love what y'all doing. But some of y'all football coaches, and from what I've seen, look like trash.
Here.
Trash. So
Now I can talk about this now.
so I love y'all though, man. I love y'all. And let me tell you, at some point, guess what? I look like trash as a coach. And sometimes if you come out and if you come out to some of my middle school games or some of the youth football games where I'm the offensive coordinator, and I can almost guarantee you some of my series that I put out there on the football field look like trash too. So I'm not just talking about y'all. I'm talking about me. Sometimes I look like trash. But you know what? It's all about studying the game, man. It's really about studying the game. One thing I can say, man, I've been coaching youth football for a long time, and one thing I pride myself in doing, and that's studying the game, studying somebody who's out there coaching football. I'm always looking at you. Whether your teams are winning or losing, it might be something about your game that I can get a takeaway from. Like, oh man, I ain't even think about that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying you guys are don't have anything going on with yourself. Just study the game, man. I gotta put my man on here, man. Well, how we do this? Well, I had it.
I know. I think she's
So we got a
not.
So I got a hey Greg. Oh, I stopped the camera, so I gotta start. Oh shit. Can't do that. Oh yeah, I got you. Present extra camera. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
So coming to the stage is my man. Y'all know who it is, man. Y'all know who it is. When I bling y'all, you're gonna be like, why you introduce this cat, man? You don't need no introduction, man. You seen him on the screen, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna bring him on. He gonna talk as soon as he get. His name ain't Coach Booker, so we need to change that. We need to change that. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Y'all forgive me. We having a little fun. Coach. All right, it's my man, Coach for Rando in the building, man.
What up, man? It's been a little minute, bro.
Man, on the line, sports media talking middle school football, man. But he was sitting in the background saying, "Well, man, I don't know, cause I ain't in the middle school thing." Man, if you're a coach, you're a coach, man.
I coach middle school.
Yeah. You don't coach middle school football, man. You just right now, you know. You high school. He one of them high school dudes.
Nah, come on.
He one of them high school guys.
I'm a dude,
but
middle and high school.
But I'm sure you don't forget where you come from.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about. We can't do that, man. Like the middle school guys, middle school coaches, high school coaches, man. Don't forget where you come from, man. Don't forget where you come from.
It's all coaching.
Right. It's all coaching.
We're all teaching the same thing.
We can all become knowledgeable off of each other's wisdom and your ability to coach the game. Whether you advanced in it, whether you more advanced in the game, got more experience in the game, let's get some of these youth football guys, man, some knowledge. But what I'm pushing you guys to do, and I'm challenging all you youth football guys, study the game, man. Study the game, man. Because if you don't study the game, to me, if you're not studying the game, you don't respect the game. I don't think you respect the game if you ain't studying.
But what are you teaching them if you're not studying the game?
Right.
How can you expect them to watch film if you're not studying the game?
How do you evolve?
Right.
How do you evolve as a football coach? They got these new offenses and new style defenses, man. The players are bigger, the faster, stronger. Man, come on, man. They selfish though. We're gonna talk about that. Okay. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, man. We what's up? We are definitely trending upward though, I can say, in middle school football. But I want my youth football guys to really get on board with this, man, because I really think you guys have the opportunity to coach kids from everywhere.
Right.
You get kids from all over the city, kids from out of town. Your team is really built off of a lot of really high performance kids from different places. In middle school, you get what you get. Right. Whoever registers in that school,
you get what you get.
You get what you get.
That's coaching.
That means you got to bring your coaching game. Let's see how well this dude can coach now, because you get what you get.
And you don't get a lot of time to prepare.
And
it's what, 2 weeks after school starts? You
right.
Almost.
So at the end of the day, let's talk about that. So you get let's just say you get a couple weeks to prepare your team for game one. You get a couple weeks. You get 45, 50, 60 kids to come out to the football field. For tryouts. Oh my God. If you're number one, you better solicit a staff, first of all, that can help fairly evaluate these kids. And that's the other thing. And we're going to talk about that too. Not only in middle school and high school, you get all these kids. Are you staffed up? Are you staffed up? Are you staffed up to fairly evaluate kids before you decide this kid's not going to be able to help me out? Right? Because it's not fair to the kid, right? if you cut them just because they didn't really get a fair evaluation, right? So you got to get your staff together, man, and make sure that that's off season preparation by either the AD and the head coach. Well, it is your responsibility for the AD and the head coach to go out and interview and solicit, some coaches that you feel like that will fit, whatever your culture is, whatever your philosophies are as a coach. You got to go out and get some guys. And everybody always joke and say, "Hey, listen, man, all they got is the biology teacher and the chemistry teacher and the social studies teacher and the math teacher." No, man, it's I challenge all the middle school ADs, all the middle school head coaches, go out and get some of these coaches. Find out who the top coaches are out here in youth football, and get some of them on your staff. Right? Get some of them on your staff. Not only are they pretty decent coaches, they have a good relationships with the kids.
Right.
They got good relationships with kids, and I know all the kids can't come to your school, but if parents are in the market to move, because we met a lot of parents moving, man. Every year that lease is up, 6 months, whatever, they trying to figure out, what's the best fit for my kid. I'm gonna tell you what, I moved out of my house just so my kid could go to a specific school with coaches, man. People will actually do that who care about the career, the career advancement of their kids, or the continuous development. Where can they get the best continuous development so they can, you know what I'm saying? So hey, you better go out and get some of these youth football, because they connected to the community.
Absolutely. And then more importantly, they got a great relationship with the parents.
Right.
Kids don't drive. Right. You present a good product, you're gonna get the players.
So we got a question on the board, man. So we got NC Giants, man. God dog, them boys.
Giants,
boy. Hey, let me tell you something.
Giants.
Before we talk about the Giants. Hey, I ain't really friends with the NC Giants right now, because we playing the Giants right now, the Cowboys and the Giants, but the Cowboys kicking y'all tail right now. But anyway, I love the Giants organization, man, and they actually are producing a lot of really good kids. So shout out to the Giants for the program that they're running right now, man. They are really producing some elite football players, and they're getting them the exposure by that they need, as far as putting them on a national stage, regional stage, state championship stage. They're doing that, and these kids are ready to play, man.
Yes, sir.
These kids be ready to play.
They went down to Spartanburg and watched them play.
Yeah, man.
And they balled out, bro.
They balled out. Yeah, we got some of those kids on our team, man. And maybe it's a few things that they have to learn. They still have to learn your system.
Right.
Some of the language is a little bit different. That's just like middle school and high school lingo. It's just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Right. But the concept and stuff.
Football is football.
Football is football, right?
Yep.
Right. He tells. So NC Giants says, how do you think youth coaches transition into middle school and high school? Are they doubted because of lack of years in school ball? What do you think about that? I'm gonna let you take on that question.
I think a lot of times you just got to go out and volunteer, show your worth. That's how it happens. Like, you're not going looking for a paycheck, because you're not gonna get one.
Right.
In middle school. But I think you got to just move through the ranks, man. That's how I did it. I just went out, volunteered here and volunteered there, and next thing you know, you're where you want to be. So.
And you know what I think is a fear? I think youth football coaches has a fear that middle school is so much more advanced than youth football. If you coach 12 and 13-year-old kids, and that's what you do, 12U, 13U, and you've been successfully coaching these kids and winning on that level, the transition is gonna be pretty simple from youth football to middle school football.
Right.
It's gonna be, so that's just my take on it. It's not a big transition. I think the biggest transition is not
taking the leap.
No. Yeah, that is not taking the leap. That's the big. But I think is you being able to coach kids that are not from all these other elite places. You ain't getting all the top kids. You're just gonna get what you get. Whoever registers, once again, we just said this, whoever registers in that school for education, at whatever school, you have to have the ability to pull that team together and put them in the best position
Right.
to win. Can you do that? Can you do that? Can you transition your game, your system, whatever it is, to the middle school level and be able to coach the kids that you get? Because you can't go picking all over the place no more. You can't do that. You know, and you ask me, are they doubted because of the lack of years in school ball? It depends on what program you go to.
Right.
Sometimes you might go to a program where a head coach, he might figure, well, I got this man, you ain't been around long enough, just let me, I mean, or you can go in and show them your worth, like Coach Philando just said, show them your worth. It's all about what comes out of your mouth, man. Whenever you in front of those kids,
Right.
and you're in front of that new head football coach, hopefully he interviews you. And first of all, hopefully he just interviews you and see if you're a good fit for the program.
Right.
Anyway, so hopefully that happens. But once you get out on the field, it's showtime. It's showtime.
And you know, I was thinking about this. A lot of times when you get to middle school, you're gonna have a lot of players that have less experience than youth players. 'Cause a lot of these kids, sometimes it's the first time they're playing. You know, I ran into that situation when I was coaching them at Sedgefield. There's a lot of those kids never played ball.
Right.
So you're gonna actually be more impactful because you're gonna be their first teacher.
Right.
So that's how you implement your footprint in the game. So yeah, 'cause I was like, these kids don't even some of these kids don't even know how to get in a 3-point stand, and they're in 8th grade,
Right.
7th grade.
Right.
So you got these kids that's been playing youth ball, and it clearly shows who's been playing youth football.
Right.
So
And
it's not that big of a honestly, you're gonna be teaching more, you're gonna be coaching more, your coaching skills will come out more in middle school than it will in youth football.
okay, that's a great point. And thank you, Chris Hawk, for joining us, man. Chris Hawk in the building, man. We
Yes,
just
sir.
we in
What up,
the
Hawk?
we just doing
What
some
up,
middle school
Lindo?
talk and just in general other topics that comes with it. So you
Hmm.
just jump in here, Chris, wherever you want to. So yeah, man, and these guys just gotta you gotta, to me, you have a better chance to coach and show your skill set as a coach in middle school football. Now that I've transitioned over to middle school football, because you got 40 kids. If you keep 35 or 40 kids on your roster, you're gonna get them for 5 days a week.
Absolutely.
You're gonna get them for 5 days. Now, I
Hmm.
know for a fact that some of you guys out there that's coaching 12U and 13U, you don't have but 10 kids at practice. 12 kids, because you know where they are?
At middle school.
At middle school football practice.
Right.
Some days they're gonna come, a lot of days they're not. And I can tell you right now, coming out of my football practice, they ain't even gonna wanna. Coach Jet, Coach Jet, who's the head coach for our football team, you ain't gonna want to leave our football practice and go to your youth football practice. You're gonna be dead tired. You're not gonna give the same, you ain't gonna have no energy
Right.
for it, right? So honestly, I challenge all of y'all youth football coaches out there that's struggling with the 12U and the 13U teams. Find you a middle school. Find you a middle school staff that you can go help and volunteer. You're gonna get more out of it, man. I promise you. Take it from me, the OG.
Put some respect
Take
on that.
put respect on my name.
Hmm.
I went from youth football, and it's a lot more. First of all, it was very gratifying to be out there and coaching youth football, but it's even more gratifying the fact that now I get to go in my bag now.
Right, right.
I gotta go in my bag every day now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta
Hmm.
reach down in that toolbox every day and pull something out to keep those kids, those 40 kids, engaged.
Yep. Scrimmage every day.
Yeah, from
Individual work every day.
week to week, you gotta put
Game
together a
plan,
great
everything.
practice regimen.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Your game planning got to be good. If you got a staff that likes to study, you know you'll get some game film. You got to sit down. You got access to a classroom. You got There's no, you ain't got to take no days off. You can go in the gym when it rains. You can go in the gym.
Yep.
Some of the schools are equipped with a small little weight rooms and stuff like that. You can practice, bro. You can really develop these middle school kids, right? So luckily, JM Alexander, I come in, man, they got stuff for you to work out in the gym. You know, I'm talking about good gym workouts, man. Stations that you can do. You got a little weight room in there for the 8th graders and some of the 7th graders. We got, man, there's so many things you can do to help develop these middle school kids before they hit a high school football field. Man, please, y'all, I'm telling you, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna keep struggling with them 12 and 12 kids at your practice, and then now you can go to middle school and you got 40. Which one you gonna choose? If you, I'm gonna take the 40 kids.
40 every day.
Every day for 5 days.
Shoot, yeah.
Really? You
high school, you got 60.
As high school, you got 60.
So what we got? 85 kids they be in varsity?
Yeah. Man, you get to coach. If you love this game, if you love this shit, excuse my language, if you love this, bro, if you love this, you want to be in the arena where you're gonna have a bunch of kids in front of you that's looking at you to do what? Feed them.
Yeah.
They want to be fed. Yeah. When they see Coach, Philando, Coach Book, Coach Hawk, they looking at you, bro. And some of these moms are counting on who? You. They count on you to feed them. They count on you to get them develop mentally, develop physically, teach them the schemes. I'm telling you, man, they count on us, man. But you gotta love this shit though. Now you can't get out there and expect for these kids to be on their A game, but you on your B game.
Right.
You can't be on your B game and your C game. I know it's hard, man. Just getting all work, man. You rushing out there, you dead tired. Hey, man, the expectations of that kid is still up.
Absolutely.
The expectation of that kid is still up, right? Right. Yeah. You can't, and you gotta turn that shit on. And you gotta turn it on, man. So I'm asking every coach, all these kids, man, all these coaches, man, get out there, man, and put the time in with these kids. And we got another question in there for NC Giants. Let's see what this one is. This question is. We tackled the last one. I would like to see more football guys in high school positions. I would like to see more youth football guys in high school positions. I think they would give some of the inner city kids a push. You know what? That's a whole nother topic, but it's a good topic to talk about because my take on it, we can all tackle it. But my take on it as a youth football, let's just say, for instance, Coach Philando, using youth football for a long time. Right. So using youth football for a long time, and you was an impact coach, very influential coach. You know what I'm saying? Coached a lot of kids. You were very successful at it, and you was a youth football coach, right? And those kids advanced to high school with a skill set that you've helped develop,
absolutely,
and a mindset that you've helped develop. Now they see you on a high school staff. They gonna gravitate to you, man. They know what the level of expectation is when they see Coach Philando on the staff. Like, hey, man, don't come over here with that BS, that mediocre ass blah blah. Because we one of them. We got a certain, we coach here, we coach up. And I think I've heard you say it before. Look, man, we ain't gonna we coach up. We ain't gonna coach. What'd you say? We ain't gonna coach down.
We won't coach down. You gotta play up.
You gotta play up, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
So I think it's super important to see for some of these high schools coaches to reach out or get involved in the youth community. Just come to some of the games, and I think some of the coaches they're doing that. And yeah, if you got a guy out there that's got a really good relationship in the neighborhood with a lot of these kids, and he's constantly filtering and developing kids. He's constantly developing, like the NC Giants, who's actually putting this on the screen. They're constantly putting 30 kids, 40 kids in schools every year. They graduating them to these high schools, and they playing well, and they impact players. I just went to the Mallet Creek and West Charlotte JV game, And I saw so many players from youth football that just come off of a youth football field, and man, they were in the start. They weren't just on the team.
Right.
They were impact players, immediate impact players on the team. Do you think do you think them kids got a problem seeing Coach Booker on the sideline as one of the coaches for their JV team? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man. And then what else does it bring to the table? Now the coach who has to evaluate all these kids. All exactly.
Credibility.
You got a reference point. You got somebody that, from a reference point to say, you know what? I'll be like, man, this kid ain't never played DB before, but he play a hell of a safety.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't no press corner. He's more of an off corner. He ain't never played running back. He play, and I'm sure some of them position does change in high school. Some of them does change.
Bodies change.
Yeah, bodies change.
Skill set change.
But for the most part, if you got a good youth football coach on your staff, he's gonna give you a better idea of where to start evaluating this kid. Versus because I had a lot of kids, and we'll talk about this. I had a lot of kids that called me. All right, they just went to JV team, and they called me, Coach, man, hey, I ain't even getting no reps at practice, man, and they got me playing. And it might be a kid that we've been playing all his life, all his youth career, he been playing linebacker and maybe some defensive end. So he down in the trenches. Coach, they put me on because of the way I'm built, they got me at receiver. I was like, you can't catch. You gonna get cut. I've been trying to tell him,
speak up.
Your footwork is good, your work ethic is great, but you can't catch that rock. So it helps. And so he called me and he was like, Can you come and talk to the coach? And I even had dads that call me and say, man, Book, man, they got my kid over here at this position, man. They ain't getting no reps, man. He about to get cut, man. They about to put him on. I know he gonna get on this final cut because, blah, blah, blah. And just let's just say you got a representative from you.
But you know what?
Talk to me.
That goes back to what you were saying, though. Because we see that all the time. We see kids change position. Because you said we need to have a qualified staff to evaluate these kids, right?
Yeah.
So when you're going through these drills and these workouts, they might see something in you that you don't know. You might have the footwork for that position. You might have whatever it takes, the mindset for that position. They're seeing in you, and they're trying to develop you again. So,
right,
don't ever get married to a position. Just learn how to play everything. Right.
Yeah,
the more you know, the further you go. And I can test that with my. I like it. So you play. Hey, listen. I always told my kids, you play what a coach tells you to play, and you bust your ass, and you become the best at that. Because if you want, you're gonna get to where you want to get, but your body might not be there yet.
Yeah.
But my son, perfect example, dog ass receiver because he played on the line his whole career.
Right.
Youth ball, middle school ball, and then he hit a growth spurt, but he could always catch. And he's physical as hell. So that's BS. Just learn what they're trying to teach you.
Absolutely.
Coach, I see something in you that you don't see, son. Just trust me. That's what it's about across the board. It's about trusting the process, trusting the evaluation.
I just don't want them to get to a point, and you're 100% right? Don't be resistant to the coaching.
Absolutely.
Right. Don't be resistant to the coaching, man, because some of these coaches have a lot of experience, and they may have seen kids like you. There you go. They've seen kids like you. They got a certain twitch and got a certain movement, body movements, and certain. So they're gonna be able to push you in the right direction, but still, just to go back to the NC Giants question, about does it make sense to have some of these guys that's in the community that's been coaching these kids for years since they were 7 years old? Does it make sense to have some of them on the staff? Well, of course it does, especially when you get, and he did make a point, the inner city kids who kind of got real edgy and they could go one way, to the left or to the right, but you got this coach
Familiar
who's
face.
this coach who's very familiar with him and knows how to, his triggers, the things that trigger this kid to do either this or go left or right. You see him on the staff, boom. Because I remember James Pierce used to be a off the chain, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
people didn't
Yep.
think he was gonna make
Yep.
it, and that kid ended up, being a baller.
Well,
But he had familiar people around him all the time, every level he went to. So, hey,
yeah. Whenever you
You
give
know,
that
I always
description,
said,
that's what popped in my mind. To be honest.
a lot of it's incumbent on the damn high school coaches too, man. Because some of them get to. You remember back, we had experience with that. They don't want to reach back to the youth program.
right,
If you're smart, you're building a pipeline.
Yeah.
You're not
Man.
thinking. I'm thinking 8, 9 years down the road, how I can keep this thing
Mm-hmm.
going. So if I, in a sense, you need to have some type of reach back program.
right.
Say the coaches are reaching back to the middle school, because you got to think about that. You're gonna have 3 or 4 schools feeding to you. So you go
Mm-hmm.
develop with those guys, right? And then you go down to the middle school coach and like, all right, I need you to go build this relationship with these youth guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now we got a pipeline from youth football, middle school to high school.
Yep.
And we don't necessarily have to run the same system, but we need to be familiar with each other. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? We have an open line of communication, man. We have a relationship, and these kids are just, and they're gonna follow their coach. They're gonna follow their coach's advice, because guess what? Right, wrong, and indifferent. That's the only male figure in their life that they trust.
Yep.
So if this coach is telling, hey man, I think you should, try to get over in this school right here just to be a good fit. What do you think that kid's gonna do? So that comes back to let's reach back. High school reach back. These college coaches have developed relationships with high school coaches.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
College coaches have relationships with NFL coaches.
Coach Hawk, you got a great relationship with college coaches
There
because
you
of
go.
because of
Oh
your
yeah.
impact in high school, right? And
Right.
you can kind of advocate for a kid's character,
Absolutely.
right? You can you
Oh
can
yeah.
you can advocate for his work ethics, not just on the field from what they see on film, but off the field on
Oh
how
yeah.
how they're conducting
The home
themselves
life and everything. Oh yeah.
and their exactly their personal life, right? So it kind of
Mm-hmm.
goes down here. We gotta have more of that starting even from the youth game, man.
It's about building a community, man. That's all it is.
It's about building
Hey,
community, building relationships, and
y'all
sustaining.
guys are dead on. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Booker.
No, you good.
Hey, y'all dead on what you're saying. Me personally, if I was to be a head coach, like in especially the city of Charlotte, at any high school, I would have to have somebody from the Giants, G Top, VFEK, one coach off every top organization will be on my
Hmm.
coaching staff. That's me personally.
Yep.
I learned that from any successful program, especially when you see like certain youth programs feeding to them. Man, listen, I ain't not the head coach, one of the assistant coaches. Somebody be on my staff to keep
Right.
that thing going.
I think
But
it just makes
I don't see the whole lot in Charlotte. I don't understand that.
I think it just makes sense, man, to have these feeder programs, man, and have and like Coach was saying, have these relationships, build these
Hmm.
relationships with these community guys, man. And man, we're men, man. That's all. At the end of the day, man, whether these kids become scholastic athletes or just regular great, because I have met some great kids that I've coached, man, are just a really just hard
Hmm.
working family men now,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they'll come back to you, and it's because of your leadership, right? You know, they stayed on the right path, man.
Right.
They stayed on the path, whether it ended up being
Hmm.
sports, whether it ended up being whatever, man. They just good citizens, man, good fathers, you know what I'm saying? Good husbands, good brothers, you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot more connected to this thing than just
Yeah.
football. Football is definitely the vehicle to get these kids, put these kids in the vehicle.
Right.
But you got to give them more, man. It's more substance to it. And we done got way off track. And NC John's again saying community guys is what we're missing, and I think so too. And I think on a lot of these high schools, okay, cool, yeah. Hey, Greg, can you send send me your send me your email, NC Giant Day. I think that's you. Send me your email, and then I can send you a link to your email. So,
And that's
NC
the thing
Giant.
too.
He gonna ready to send his email. You just need an invite to the show. Yeah, he want to get on the show. Send me your email. So yeah, man, it's a lot into it's a lot more that goes into this thing, man. And all
Oh
we're
yeah.
asking all we asking you guys from the youth football, the middle school football, the high school football, and I just continue to study the game, respect each other, number one, and the time that each level of these coaches put in, because everybody, man, it's a lot of time and effort into this
Oh
thing, man.
man,
Right?
high school ball is a whole nother animal, bro.
Right. I
Oh
can
yeah.
only imagine, man.
Yeah.
I went from, like I said, I went from coaching youth football 2 days a week and only getting 10 kids, 12 kids to every single day, Monday through Friday, 40,
Right.
50 kids in front of me, man. And you got to bring your A game. You got to bring the A game. And my coach, here, dog. Hey, look, let me tell you something. So the AD and my Coach Jet. I hope you on here, Coach Jet. I don't know if you are, but even if you are. So some listeners, we get some listeners from YouTube, and then we get some from Facebook. So you don't get to see them all. He a dog, man. He's getting on my ass. He
email us at on the line at Gmail.
say what now?
Email us at on the lines at Gmail. We bring them on.
Hey, email us Day at on the lines at Gmail. On the lines at Gmail. Send us your email there, and then we'll put you on the lines of Gmail. So back to Coach Jet, man. Coach Jet was on my ass. And like you football. I don't care how much experience you got. I don't care how much experience you got, man. Coach, hey, he was whipping my ass in the middle school shape, boy. Hey, but I appreciate it though, and I understand where it's coming. It's another level. It's different things that you have to adjust to on different levels. Just because y'all think middle school football ain't that tough, they still have a standard and they still have a culture, that they go by, man. But I appreciate Coach Jet. He's still in my ass. I'm gonna get him off at some point, man. I guess he ain't gonna stop until I guess he trying to win a trophy.
That's my old workout partner, man.
He trying to win a championship, man, and he gonna be like, man, y'all talk about this dude, Coach Booker, man. He gonna have to show me something. He got to show me something. Come in here with that popcorn ass offense.
Look like he's showing himself.
hey, Coach Jet been in my ass ever since I stepped on the football field. Me and him bumped heads a little bit, love each other, hug each other. But and he been on my ass, little popcorn ass offense, bring it in here. Let's see what a little popcorn coach, yeah. Hey,
it's working.
I said, all right, 56, coach. First game.
It's working at
First game, 56.
140 on the board.
Second game, 50. Third game, 34.
That boy got 150 on the board.
Yeah. So let's talk about
That's good right there. That's good right there.
But you know what? I tell all my coaches, man, and we're gonna talk a little bit about this middle school thing because I know we probably got some kids, maybe some people looking. So I tell all my kids, man, tell all my coaches, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I have not won one football game.
Absolutely.
I have not won one football game by myself, bro. I've only did it with a staff. Shame on you if you see something and don't say something, bro. I'm about that life. I'm trying to win. If you see Coach Booker, hey, what about this? What about that? You don't say nothing. Coach, did you see the they in this and that? And you don't say nothing. And then we make a mistake. We end up calling the wrong play or whatever. Man, I ain't about no staff that don't communicate, bro.
But you know what? Yeah. Back to what these guys were saying about getting on staff. Like, you gotta pay your dues, man. Like I said, I went out to Butler, man, and I went over there initially just to be the strength coach. But I was like, man, if I want to advance my coaching skills, I got to get down there because I love coaching linebackers. I think I'm pretty good at it. But now I'm learning a different concept of it and seeing some different things and learning from an experienced coach who values my input as well. So, yeah, man. So you're never too old to learn, man. I'm constantly learning new shit, bro. And it's only gonna make you a better coach,
right?
If you, what they say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to get out that room.
I love that saying. Yeah. Hey, I love that saying, bro.
But get your ego out of it, bro. You don't know everything. Like I can go around throw
Right.
my weight, but what I did that was in youth ball. So you ain't throwing that weight around in high school. It's a whole nother animal. You
Right.
know, different schemes and more complicated schemes, and and listen, the game's a lot faster, so there's little room for error. Like you getting away with false steps in middle school, high school. You're not getting away with. Youth ball.
Right.
You take a step backwards as a linebacker, you're gonna have a 280-pound lineman in your chest before you can advance up the field.
Right.
So it's the technical part that I love, man. The technique and the execution and the footwork. Everything has to be proper, man. And guess what? It's gonna get harder for them at the next level.
Right.
So if you're do that kid disservice, if you're going out there with your ego and not being a student,
right?
Your ego's that you're not playing ball. So if you're a coach, your job is to make that guy better, get him to the next level, get him where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I've learned is I've always had this concept. I'm not coaching you where you're at. I'm coaching you where you're trying to go.
Right.
Even in youth football, I'm coaching you to try to be. I'm coaching you for high school because middle school at the time was when we were coaching. It was horrible. Trash. So we were keeping kids until they aged out, and they was going to high school and starting on JV right away.
Right.
So, but I have seen the transition to youth football. Middle school football, and it's definitely a much better product. You've got those coaches that have taken the leap and going from youth ball and up. There's a lot of guys in youth football. Middle school ball that coach youth football, and they got relationships with these kids. And it is evident. Like when I went to that middle school playoff, that was some good football.
It was some good football, right?
It was real good football, man. Like, yeah, man, it was no blowouts. It was some competitive football games.
And those are the kids
going to high school.
That's coming to your high school, and it's the same thing. Probably end up being impact players. Absolutely. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are coming right into your school. Because I'm telling you, I went to that West Charlotte game, man. West Charlotte Mallet Creek game. I saw just about all the kids that I coached, bro. Hey, Day, check your email. Hey, I saw all the kids that I had coached, the Giants had coached, G-Top, man, them kids were starting, man. They were starting lineup, man. And I'm talking about good quality football, bro. And they coming straight off the youth football field and straight out of them middle schools that some people don't even know what middle school. I heard them in the stand. What middle school did he play for? You don't even know because people aren't supporting the middle school football like in the past. They haven't. But hopefully things will change. Once again, I'll say we're trending upward in middle school football. The more and more we get guys off of those youth football fields into middle schools, or just some guys from wherever that's inspired to play. Inspired to coach middle school football, and they want a career in coaching. They might find you a good middle school to go to, man. And let's get this middle school thing popping, man.
Right.
Let's get and let me see, Coach Junie. I coached Coach Junie for a long time. He had a question. He has a comment in here. I definitely want to make the move to school ball, but I'm hesitant because I'm like, who's gonna do it for the youth when I'm gone? It's not many genuine coaches left in the youth world. Wow.
That's big.
Okay.
You got to trust him, Junie. It's a trust. Junie got trust issues is what he's trying to tell you.
Junie got trust issues.
He got trust issues.
If I leave,
who's gonna do it?
Are these kids gonna be ready for the real question? The real thing. Will these kids, if all the youth football coaches start gravitating and to middle school football, who are going to have these kids ready for the next level? Because right now he's saying, I'm speaking for you, Junior. You can correct me if you're listening. The state of youth football doesn't have enough really good coaches to prepare these kids for the middle school game. So who's gonna do that?
So Junior, the challenge is go find these guys and put them in position. Coach up under you for a little while, and then you can take off.
Right.
Build a legacy.
Right.
Build your coaching tree.
Right.
Right.
You got to get guys around you.
That's the challenge.
Right now, I coached with Junie for years. Junie was in my program for years. Right now, Coach Junie, if you're listening, Right now, Coach Junior, if you're listening, I guarantee you, based on me going to middle school football, you would benefit. Somebody, some middle school team would benefit from you being on their staff, bro. I guarantee you, they'll see a different brand of football if they get you on their staff. So don't say you want to just get up there, just get out there. Don't worry, don't worry about it. And speaking of you football, man, this guy right here, man, this guy came out of nowhere, man. I don't even think he's from North Carolina, man.
He's a plant.
This guy, he's a plant. Yeah, he's an industry plant, right?
He's a plant.
Yeah, he's an industry plant. So he came from, I think from up north somewhere, man. I don't know exactly. I guess he'll tell you. But he came in, man, and this guy came in with just what I seen from him is just a passion, which is a huge word in anything that you do. But in football, we talked about it. You gotta love this shit, right?
Absolutely.
And you gotta have the passion to do this shit. You can't play with it, right? You gotta have passion. And this guy, Coach Day, man, who is the president of the NC Giants program, which is thriving right now, one of the biggest programs, one of the largest programs in the state of North Carolina, thriving right now, producing a lot of athletes, connecting the dots by getting some of the best coaches around him, some of the best coaches in his program, right? He's connecting the dots. What are the missing pieces? And I'm gonna tell you what I like about this guy. This guy, he sits back and he picks your brain. You know, he might not talk to you. You might think, I don't even think this nigga even like me, bro. But he might come and ask you a question, and just to be picking your brain, and then walk away. You'd be like, all right, cool. But he takes all that information, consolidate it, sit down, be very analytical about it, put it all together, and comes up with a good product, man. Coach Day, what's up, man? We glad you joined the show, man. I ain't think you could pop on tonight, man. You know, you one of them exclusive interview type guys. You gotta come in the studio. But since we got you here, man, what's up, man?
I just had some things on my brain I just wanted to bring to the table. Just been on my head.
Right.
You can hear me?
Yeah. We got you 100.
We start no fights, man.
Oh no. What I said was, I just feel like as I'm entering the high school and Booker, when your kids was in high school, I watched you go through the transition as well, and I feel like I love what middle school is doing now with football. To me, honestly, I think that's the new upcoming thing. People ain't gonna see it. I kind of see things before it happen. I think middle school football is gonna be the new thing in 2 or 3 years. 12U football is gonna die out. 13U football is gonna die out because middle school football is getting popular without people even knowing it. And with them the playoffs and them the new coaching styles and the kids getting the exposure now, the light is being shed on the middle school now. So I think that kids it's trendy. So I think that it's gonna start to go up, and 12U and 13U level of youth football is gonna go down, which is a good thing to me. I feel like, because I always felt like middle school football in the city should have been better. So with some of guys like yourself and others getting involved in middle school is gonna make it go up, make the product of it go up. But what I was saying was, when it came to high school, I felt like is a disconnection between the community and the high school level. If you look at high school across the city, we talk about inner city, a little bit of outskirts or whatever, you rarely see anybody from youth football on the staffs of the high school. And like I said, y'all crossing the barrier when it comes to middle school now. But Booker, I feel like you could have been a great high school coach somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you coach in middle school now, but I feel like that's great. But I feel like you could have been a dominant high school coach, given the opportunity. Given opportunity. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel also like Fernando was saying earlier, like, if, say for instance, you got a Booker on your sideline that's the kids of the 2026, 2027 class, 2028 class, these guys see you sideline, all right, you want to stab before that kid go off the deep end. You might be that one coach that can save that kid from jumping off the deep end or going right, or whatever case may be, or even getting the best out of that kid because you know how to you don't seen him. Even if he ain't played the program, you might have just seen that kid as a giant or seen that kid as a G-top player or whatever. But you don't seen that kid come up and you know how to, or you might can reach back to that coach that used to coach him. Hey, bro, if you ain't doing nothing, stop by the field. You might need to have a sit down
Right.
because that was one of your kids that you used to have. I feel like it's a disconnect between youth, middle, and high school. Definitely high school to youth, where we are the ones, like you said, that's producing the kids that's gonna eventually be in your program. So why wouldn't you have a connection with the guys that's gonna produce the products that's gonna be in your I feel
Makes
like
sense.
it's not enough of that. And I feel like I wanna be that a part of that bridge that connect all of that back together. Like you said, a funnel system in Maryland, in Miami, all these big cities have funnels into their schools because they're afraid to come down and work with the youth guys. If it's just
Right.
conversations, it don't even have to be a coaching aspect. It could be conversations. I watched a video where the college coach from Miami was at a Miami Garden Ravens practice. You know what
Wow.
I mean? Like think about that. You had,
That's big.
you had the University of Miami coach at a Miami Garden Ravens practice because they don't have too much disconnection. Where the guys from Miami Garden Ravens are connected with the high schools, them guys are connected with the youth, them guys connected with middle school, so on and so forth. So the pipeline is built. So I think us as a community, we can get more of these youth guys, which are on the front line. I feel like with the youth, we go through the most, only to produce products that go into the middle and the high school. Correct. So I feel like we need to create, and I'm a part of that as well. I feel like we need to create an avenue for that. If the guys in high school are willing to do it, maybe they're. What I'm saying is, I want to make that line open when it comes to my program
Right.
and
Right.
around me. To when it comes to high school, even if they're not putting us on a coaching staffs, maybe you add us as mentors or just have us
Consultants.
with something. Yeah, consultants. It could be anything. But I feel like like Coach was saying, Hawk was saying, he was a high school coach. He's smart. I'm gonna go and get goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go get such and such, such and such, such. Because guess what? Guess what's happening now? The transfer portal was now. So now, guess what? If you got a Coach Booker on your sideline, I'm smarter than y'all. I'm gonna go get Coach Booker and Fernando because I know. Guess what? They in the neighborhoods. They in the
Yep,
community. Guess who want to play
Yep.
for them?
Right.
All the
Yep.
young coming
that's
up.
right.
Play for nothing. Man, like you said, these parents is moving in certain communities so the kids can
Right.
go to schools. So guess what? When I put a Booker on my sideline, what I just did.
Right. So
All
why
the
do you
kids,
think why do you think there's such a big disconnect from that pipeline we're talking about from high to middle to youth? Why is there such a big disconnect? What do you think that is?
my opinion is that the high school coaches are afraid to be outshined or outdone by a youth guy. I feel like they're
Ego.
afraid to be shown up
How
by that don't ain't never been on the high school scene. Like I feel like I can be more impactful to a high school today than what any high school coach could be, any high school head coach could be, because I'm in the community. I'm sorry, as far as X and O's, as far as player personnel, I'm more impactful than any coach on any high school team. I'm talking about knowing the kids in the community of Charlotte because they know me. I'm on the forefront.
Right.
I'm at every youth game. Booker, when your son played high school, who was at all his home games?
You were.
I
right.
didn't have a dog in a fight, right?
Right.
But I used to
Right.
call you and say, when he was at Miller Creek, he was at Chambers. Who used to call your phone and say, Coach,
Give me a ticket.
get this
Yo, coach, make that leap. Go get on
so
the staff.
what I'm
Hey,
saying, all I'm saying to that is that I don't have a dog in a fight. I love the game. So for me, I'm more impactful when it comes to the kids because I'm on the forefront. They see me. And there's a lot more guys that's like me.
But you know what,
mm-hmm.
coach? There's a lot of guys on these high school staffs that aren't necessarily coaches, though.
I agree.
They facilitate a lot of things, right? We got some coaches that actually don't coach positions. They're morale guys. They're guys that organize things, and and they're learning the process as well. So I don't think you necessarily have to be a coach to be on the staff, because there's a lot of the other needs. Like you said, you can be that community connection that they're looking for, and also have input on the game as well.
Well, that's interesting because with you saying that, how would Coach Day even know that? And you saying that, I wouldn't even know that because most of the coaches, when you see a high school staff, your
All
expectation
those
is
guys are
that
coaches,
everybody is playing a role, that's what you're saying.
right?
Everybody is playing a role, but we don't know that they might have somebody on there that's just a community advocate or a consultant or we know they have the offensive assistants. What is it? Offensive analysts,
Right.
defensive
Hmm.
analysts. We know that they build their staffs like that. But like with Coach Hawk,
That's what I say. You got a perfect example, Coach Hawk.
Coach Hawk,
Hawk's not coaching, but he's a part of the staff.
but he's a part of the staff and he plays a very integral part
Him in college.
of,
Yeah.
of getting kids prepared for college and meeting these college scouts and college visit. But these guys, these high school guys, and I'm with Coach Day, you've got to get, first of all, for your program to thrive in North Carolina, you've got to get connected with who's developing these kids to even get them to your program. I'm going to seek that program out. That person, I may not go get the 10U coach or the 11U coach. I want to talk to the guy who's running the program. Where are these
Hmm.
kids coming from? How is he getting them? How is he connecting
Right.
the dots? Who's the coaches? Who's the best coaches that you have over here? If I'm a high school coach and I'm trying to build my program, number one, I am tired of hearing about, if I'm a coach, I'm just saying, not me, Mallet Creek. These are always the top programs. Mallet Creek, Butler, it's been Chambers in the past. Let's talk about that. Weddington got their own little thing going out there, but let's just talk about the inner city high school. West Charlotte, of course. West Charlotte. So I really can't name a lot more. I'm sorry. Butler,
Andy.
Chamber, and Indy.
Right.
Definitely got to mention Indy. Definitely got to mention it. Coach doing a great job over at Indy. But anyway, I'm tired of hearing that shit. If I'm North Mech, right?
Yes.
If I'm
Yes.
West Mech,
Right.
Hard
if I'm Garringer, I'm going to the community and find these guys who are
Yes.
coaching these 12, who's building these 12 and 13U teams, and I'm fully connected with these guys. You got a front row seat to my practices. You get to, you know what I mean? I'm coming. Can I come to your practice, coach?
Yeah.
I don't care if I come and hold the chains.
Hey,
My
Booker, let me-
ego is
Booker,
not big enough for me not to come and hold the chains so I can get the inside scoop on these kids that you have, bro. Ain't no way.
Hey, Booker, let me
But,
give you one even better real quick, not to cut you off. Man, we playing at their facilities on Saturday.
Exactly.
Facilities on Saturday, but you won't
Right.
see.
Now I got to open the gate.
You get what I'm saying? But you will not see
Mhm.
there, and you have a guy complain about his program not striving, but you not, man. It's and then some facilities don't allow you to use it. It come the AD or the high school coach. Man, it's Saturday. I'm with my family, whatever it is. But some of the high schools won't even allow you to use the facility. So you think about it like that. Here go the front row seat to what you need, and you don't take advantage of it, and you wonder why. And you wonder why the kids opt to go other places because they've been playing. Think about the kids, the fields that get rented on a Saturday.
Wow.
West Charlotte. Let's get deep with it. West Charlotte, Mallet Creek at one point. The kids is familiar because they're at the school.
Yep.
That's why a lot of my kids that played in my program, originally West Charlotte opened the door for us to practice there. You know what I mean? This was before they rebuilt. So a lot of my kids that's playing now had that dream to go to West Charlotte because they was already at the school.
Mm-hmm.
The door
Right.
for us,
Yep.
the facility, when my boys were still only 9, 8 years old. So guess what in their head? Oh, I want to go to West Charlotte when I get to 9th grade. Not that they was
Yep.
winning. They was around the culture of it. We used to go after
Right.
Mhm.
Right. There you
Friday.
go.
We was
That's
after
part of. That's you hit the nail on the head. The culture of it.
they used to allow us to come into the games on Fridays after the game. After practice and just get a section for the Giants at West Charlotte. They wasn't even winning no games like that. But the kids ain't forget that. You know what I mean? The kids ain't forget that. They remember that. But that's what I'm saying. People got to come back and understand that it's okay to build a relationship with some of these youth guys, and that's why I'm happy that you, Fernando Hawk, like you guys are out there on a Saturday. You are guys out there at 7-on-7. So y'all still
Yep.
still in touch with the youth. Where if we get more, I think that you'll see more of you. I mean, the inner city teams blossom because they're still in contact with our guys. Our guys won't be going to these outside schools because they have somebody and player personnel in the facility that they want to go to. Like if my son knew a Booker was at, I'm just using you as an example, coach, was at
Right.
Chambers, he might think twice about that move to go to West Mac, you know what I mean, or
Right.
North Mac,
Right.
because he know that he's seen what you did in the past, and he don't been in
There you go.
you at a youth level. So he
Bottom line is this: it's a trust thing. Like
right.
they know,
Yes,
they
trust,
trust that Coach Booker. If Coach Booker's on the staff, he got guys around him that's gonna help me with my development
Right.
because of his reputation for developing kids.
And the parent got to think about
The parent.
new to the high school, but they're not new to youth. So in youth football, you might have think about a kid you had Booker at Flag. He might play through your program through 13U. So you had that kid for 7 years. You damn near family. You damn near family to the kid.
There you go.
So the middle school, you only gonna get them for 2 years.
Right. That's it.
4. Who had them the longest?
The youth football coach, the youth football program.
5 points. So that's what
Why
I'm saying.
wouldn't you listen to these guys?
Right.
Why wouldn't you bring these guys in if anything to bring them into your program and allow them to help in any kind of way possible? And it like Coach was like Fernando was saying, it don't even have to be a coaching job. It can be anything. We don't have to get a lot of our youth guys. Think about how many years you coached in the youth and you ain't get a dime for it.
Nope.
Exactly.
You lost probably. Why wouldn't you do it on a high school level?
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When Mallet Creek was making their runs, when they made all them big runs with Coach Palmieri and his staff, them guys, I can't make this up. I wish Coach Palmieri was listening. They used to call me. If he didn't call me, he would have his people to call me and be like, yo, man, hey, Book, you got any offensive linemen that you know out there, man? We need offensive line. We need tackles, man. They would, honest to God, I can't make this shit up, man. They would call me, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. That dude had a football factory at Mallet Creek High School.
He did.
And some of the kids that I coached went over there and they thrived in this program. But they would call me specifically because they knew, the influence that I had on kids and their families, and they've seen me because we used to always use Mallet Creek.
Yep.
Right? We used to Mallet Creek. Palmieri opened the door for us to use Mallet Creek.
And he'd be on the
and
field.
he would be out there.
Yep.
And them jokers, after his season was over, and he knew that he was about to graduate kids, his JV kids was moving up. He needed that new class of 2000, whatever. He needed them kids to come in. Where can we get them from? Who's the most dominant program around here right now? Who's developing kids? It's Beatty's Ford, BFPK, Booker. He's always 707, blah, blah, blah. Shit, they used to call me. I don't know if the coaches are doing that anymore. I haven't gotten any. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't gotten any calls. Cool. I got calls from who I got calls from now. I have got some calls. I can't tell y'all about all that. But anyway, but yeah, but they gotta be connected, man, to the community, man, to these community guys like Day, man. Not just your program. The Wolfpacks are out there. The G-Tops are out there. These other programs still got some really good football. The north side. They got play. I got a kid from the Northside Hurricanes that is a dog. You just got to reach out to these guys no matter what. They might not send you 10 players, but they might send you the dog.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But like I was saying today before you got on, the West Charlotte, I went to the West Charlotte game in the Mallet Creek JV game. Are you kidding me? I saw every kid that I either had some type of contact with at some point, whether it be 707, whether we competed against them. They know who I am. Whether I coached them, they know who I am. With all the kids that came from the Giants, kids came from G-Top, BFPK. Man, come on, man. That shit was amazing to see that game like that, bro. That many kids,
Man,
bro.
It's
hey
almost
fellas,
scary, bro.
I honestly think this discussion tonight has really solved the problem. Was wrong with kind of wrong football in Charlotte altogether. And I don't think y'all really realize what y'all said. Like I said earlier, if you put me at the Guernsey, Hardin, North Meck, West Meck, Philip Bear, like I told you earlier, I hit a Day Day, I hit up Booker, I hit up Tay Fillion. Who all you got? But not only that, like I say, and this might cause a little controversy. A lot of these niggas, man, getting on social media, man, coaching football, wouldn't be on my staff. I would sit there and have people who I was seeing doing stuff like y'all can't. Y'all be all on my sideline. I'll be cutting deals, like on weekends for y'all tournaments or whatever. Hey man, y'all get dirt free, but guess what? I want to know who y'all kids is. I be
Absolutely.
man, listen to me, man. I had like you talking about Miami, they
Yeah.
see these cats, man, they don't know about stuff around here. You hit something powerful tonight. The football culture in Miami is totally different from Charlotte, but we can learn a lot from what they do down there. But they do some powerful stuff from the college level to the youth level.
Yeah.
They do some
Yeah.
they do a lot of good stuff that we don't do here in Charlotte because of what y'all said earlier. Ego. So and so
Ego.
afraid like they might know more than me or might outshine me. And I'm in high school and he in youth league. These niggas don't get it, man.
The bottom line is
2000,
what's
2024 and lost.
best for the kids. That's the bottom line.
Jay Miller.
What's best for the players? It doesn't matter where they get the
Man,
knowledge.
nah, they
Let's see
can't
what
stop
Jay
the
Miller got.
trail.
Jay Miller come in. Jay Miller coming. Now we responded. A lot of high school coaches are only tuned in to one channel, and that's the kids that's coming to them. Most youth coaches can go show you who are the top kids in every program and are plugged in and which each other. He's
Matt,
exactly right. That's basically what we
Right,
talk. Because
That's
some of these coaches,
right.
some of these high school coaches are locked in a box. They locked in a bubble.
Man.
They in a bubble. And that's all they know is just the kids that's coming to their program. And then now when it's time for that evaluation process to happen, they don't know whether this kid play linebacker. They don't know whether this kid play running back. They don't know. They don't know.
like I can tell a coach like, is this kid Biscuit play football? Jaden Dixon played football at Mount Island. He's 6'3", probably gonna be one of the toughest kids come out of Charlotte in the next 3-4 years. They wouldn't believe me. They wouldn't even believe me, Book.
That's bad.
That's how
That's
bad.
bad.
They won't even believe me until he get on somebody's team and they be like, damn, that's that kid. You know, they was talking about that was that God. It's all because, like I said, they don't want to come back and come. Man, the coaches that start to, I think it's gonna eventually happen though with the transition that y'all doing with the middle school thing. And Fernando, you over at East Mac, right?
Oh no, he down the he with us at Butler.
Oh yeah, Butler. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, cool. AT over at Butler. You got Tony C over there too.
Yep.
See, so you guys, those guys was in the communities. Them guys was in the so those programs will eventually thrive with time because those guys touch it back home when it come to 7-on-7, um,
Mm-hmm.
youth games on a Saturday. If I'm doing something with OTB or it's just they still in contact with the community. So kids will always want to play for them guys, man. I promise you. As
Oh,
long
I
as they
know.
long as they're on a high school football field, it's gonna be always some kids that's gonna be coming to the next level that want to play for them. So the more you get of that, the more blossoming I think the city will be, in my opinion. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
What's kind of the solution? Like coach is asking why. First of all, he's asking Coach Orlando. He's asking why do you think it's like that? And what's kind of the solution?
I think the solution to me, I feel like we already know the problem, right? So it's problem solution. That's the type of guy I am. If I see a
Right.
problem, I always try to figure out what can be the solution to the
Right.
problem. I think the solution partial because I don't know everything, but partial is the high school guys need to stop being afraid to ask for help or allow in the community to help you, regardless to what their statue is when it comes
Right.
to football. Get back in the community. Go to some of these youth games on a Saturday. Hell, have them be at your school. Stop in sometime. Take an hour out your day. Talk to these guys. Talk to these coaches. Talk to the players. It's okay. You're not doing nothing wrong by having a conversation with a kid. As long as you ain't, recruiting them, you can have a conversation.
Yeah,
So get
Right.
back to the community and don't be afraid to reach back, because ultimately that's where your kid's gonna come to your school, gonna come from anyway. You might get a group that don't play, that didn't play high school or didn't play middle school. It'd be a small group of those, but most of the kids in the Charlotte area play youth football somewhere. So,
Yeah.
the to me is to start to reach back and don't be afraid to allow a guy like myself or anybody else. I'm just an advocate to
Right.
assist you in learning these kids and these programs and being a part of them.
right.
Don't be afraid to be a part of the growing and the new thing that's coming, because in time everything's gonna pass. So it's gonna be a time where
Mhm.
in the next 5 years where you're gonna have some of these youth coaches that we see gonna be high school head high school coaches. Remember, I tell you,
Right.
some
Right.
of these guys that coach youth ball with us over the last 10 years are gonna be head coaches at some of these high schools, more than what we even think. Because the knowledge and the familiar and the fact that they can go into the communities and they can make a difference. I feel like I can go into a program and change it around right now today. I feel like
Right.
Booker high school program right now today and change the whole program around. Now, would you win games or not? I'm not sure, but I know for a fact it'll have
You
structure,
change the
it'll have
culture.
foundation, you will
You
have
gotta
a
change the
good
culture.
look,
Yeah.
big
Yeah,
on look. You will change the program right now today. I feel like
Right.
Hawking right now, program head coach or AD and change the program today. So I think eventually it's gonna start to happen, and once one person cross it, it's gonna open the door for everybody else. But the guys that's there now, don't be afraid to accept the help because it's there.
Right.
And
The
you
thing about it, man, and you're 100% right, because and I think that if, like you said, one thing you said, you may not come into the program and become a a perennial powerhouse
no,
program all of a sudden, but you got to start by doing what? Changing the
Mhm.
culture. And a lot of it is about, the culture. What kind of environment have you created for each kid when they walk in the door as a ninth grader? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's the culture like as a ninth grader, bro? Like it's got to happen
Mhm.
in the ninth grade,
yeah,
right? Right? And they trust the culture that you're building, man. They go first, number one, which is super important because a lot of these kids are moving around, is if they walk into a good culture of football, man, and a great group of guys, they're gonna stay in your program.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, man. You ain't got no big revolving door of football, revolving door kids now, because kids are moving around all over the place,
They
Mhm.
are.
right? They all over the place. What keeps the kids in these
I
programs
think
now?
one of the things I think
Right.
is Butler kids.
look, the look.
There's a tradition. There's a tradition, right? And there's a standard. And once kids get locked into that standard and they see themselves progressing, they're locked. But like you said, it comes down to that culture, man. What's your standard?
Right.
You know,
You might not be the greatest, most knowledgeable staff just yet, baby. It starts with building that staff, though.
right?
Period. Period. Point blank. From the community guy to do you have a college recruiter on your staff? Do you have a guy that advocates in the community that's a big influencer, that's a community influence that can bring kids to your program? Is he a mentor? What type of guy is he? You know what I'm saying? Does he have a relationship with these kids? And then you got to start building your staff from there. Your offensive coordinator, offensive analyst, defensive analyst. Then you
Mhm.
get your X's and O's guys. But I think you get your X's and O's guys. You're gonna get those. If you're smart, you better get some good X's and O guys. But if you're even smarter, build a perimeter around you as a coach. Guys that's gonna protect you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this. What happened, Greg? And I'm gonna say this from Coach Palmieri at Mallet Creek. Coach Palmieri had an entourage of coaches, bro.
Mhm.
I'm talking about an entourage. He had guys around him that would protect him, man, that would not let anybody touch this guy. He'd go out and get whatever it is whatever he wanted, man. Them guys was some solid group of men around him. He had community guys on
Hmm.
his staff.
Oh yeah,
He had guys
yes he
that
did. Yeah.
when it was dead periods, that they would open up their houses and they freaking garages and lift weights so the kids can come out and live. But they'll open it to the community, not just his kids. It'll be to the community.
Hmm.
He had guys that would do that, man. But he always had somebody that was advocating and protecting his program, man. And he had an entourage. When he walked out there, some of them guys, like you said, Philando, earlier, some of these guys weren't even coaches.
Mhm.
They were just men that was on the staff
You're right.
that could go out and build relationships in the community, build relationships with, and protect him from all the minutia that's going on
Absolutely.
around him.
Right.
Right, the bull crap.
Exactly. I remember. You're right. You're exactly right, bro.
Stop kids from jumping off the cliff. Man, I'm leaving, man.
Yep.
We ain't winning, man. We love you. I ain't playing. Have them kids. He had sort of like even guys that was good at sitting down counseling. You know,
Mhm.
Hmm.
counseling
Like
type shit.
Freddie, yeah, like Bishop Freddie and all them. Yeah.
Yeah, man. He always had, he had a Bishop Freddie Brown, around the man that could
Q.
administer to those
Yeah, them
kids,
kind of
man,
people, man.
feed into those kids, man, sow
Life
into
Hmm.
those
skills.
kids' lives,
Life skills.
stuff like that, man. He had an entourage of men that was fully connected in every aspect, right? And he was, and I'm gonna tell you what made it. That this is how Malik Creek came up, bro, and not just on the football. Man, that man CMS. We gotta talk about that. But CMS, man, Malik Creek got what they wanted with Coach Palmieri. He went out and got sponsors.
Yeah. Under Armour, I think.
Once they saw how he was building his staffs and the people that he had in his programs, and they saw that, they ain't got no problem investing in that, bro.
Mhm.
Like I'm
Right.
Under Armour, I have no problem based on the way me. I done met this guy's staff, man, and the way he's put together his staff and the administration team and support staff that he had together. Under Armour, I'm investing in that.
Absolutely.
And guess what? It didn't hurt that he was winning.
Yeah, you put the players in college.
Right.
It
Right.
didn't hurt.
Right.
It didn't hurt. He was winning. Yeah, he was winning. So yeah, man.
But see,
And
there's a connection there too. You got Under Armour High School, you got Under Armour colleges.
yeah,
It's a community.
Yeah.
it's a community, bro. Dave Wright, he
Hmm.
said you have to love these kids past the game. Don't just be in their lives inside the lines. These coaches are making it easy for kids to not be loyal to a program. They are only interested in what they can offer on the field.
That's a whole nother topic.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of these coaches, man, once the season over, you don't hear from them to the next season. And that's not gonna work.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Especially at high school.
Very true.
Well, the thing about high school is
Hmm.
the teacher, so he's gonna be in the building all the time. So that's gonna be a year-round connection. But
Oh,
That
hey, Philando. Oh, let me say, Philando. They can be in the building and still walk by the kid and don't talk to him.
oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
that's wild.
But that's evident in your program. You'll see that
Yeah.
product because the kid had no loyalty to it. At some point, he's gonna
Yeah.
realize that coach don't even talk to me until the season.
That's wild.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
That's
true.
wild.
I say it's bad, but the truth of
Yeah, that's terrible, bro. That's
and I'm,
that's
y'all
a
fellas,
no.
what man? It's something too. Piggyback on. I wish Daddy was still on here. When y'all talking about the power of the community guy and you coach, you mentioned James Pierce earlier. Hey, whenever they do that, ESPN do that interviews, at the end of the year during draft time, they interview him. The two guys you're gonna see from Charlotte, you might see Ferg, but you definitely gonna see Tay Field and Chris Chalk from G Top. Them definitely gonna be the ones who speak on your behalf. It sounds like the volume went out.
Okay, you muted. Okay.
Yeah, I had muted mine. But
Okay, I
yeah,
hear
I'm
that.
sorry.
Okay, okay.
I had to take care of something. But yeah, I had to mute.
So
Yeah, so yeah, man. I mean, we just got it. We just got to get all the coaches connected. Hey, man, let's go real quick through something real quick, man. So middle school football, we talked about it. It went down this weekend, man. Week 3. Real quick, man. In the Central Division, man, we had Randolph and Sedgefield. That was a big game. Twin, DeArmond, Washington. Has anybody seen DeArmond, Washington from WEA Sports?
Somebody do a well check.
Somebody do a well check on him. He's from
What happened?
he's from Sedgefield Middle School, and he coaches he's about 5'10", about 5'10", 5'11".
Is not 5'10".
Okay, 5'8".
Nah, he about 5'7". Yeah,
About 5'7". He has a lot
yeah.
dark skin complexion.
Glasses.
He has a lot of very successful football camps in this city all the time. He has a very talented kid playing for him.
Oh yeah.
Can somebody, if anybody sees this guy, contact me. Contact On the Lines Sports Media and send him my way. Randolph
Amber Alert.
Amber Alert. Hey, I have not talked to him since Randolph
Come on, Wash. Where you at, Wash?
and Sedgefield went at it in the Central Division, and Randolph beat this boy 14-6. I don't know how that happened because I had you listed in the Elite 8.
What'd you say? Had?
I had him listed last week.
Had? You said had?
Listen, last
What
week.
about that? What about now, Coach?
Hey,
Oh, had.
hey, coach,
Okay,
coach, you fell off. Hey, you fell off, man, Randolph. Hey, you lost the you lost the Piedmont, and I get it. Piedmont, them dogs, and that was a long shot. You had missed your running back; he was out, and I know when you miss your running back, but you know, it's got to be next man up. But anyway, when you lose your running back, bro, against the defending city champs, known for having lost a game in years, bruh. I understood that loss. All right, I understood that. But the 14-6 to Randolph, maybe there's some things I don't know. I ain't get Randolph. I love you, man. Hey, coach, if you're out there, Randolph head coach, holla at your boy, Coach Booker, On the Line Sports Media, man. We want to talk to you, man. Because I might not be giving you your flowers, man. Maybe you just got a program over there, you got a staff over there, and y'all balling like that. And you just knocked off Sedgefield. I gave Sedgefield the edge in the Elite 8 because Sedgefield had put in a lot of work in the offseason with these kids as far as development 7. But anyway, boom, you fell off, coach. 2 games. 2 games, dog. You gotta fight your way back in. Wilson and Whitewater, always a good game in the Central Division. 16-0. Wilson bounced back from taking an L. So Whitewater, I think that's the second loss for them. Kennedy versus Eastway. They had this game on there, 40 Kennedy, 6 Eastway. Switch that shit. Eastway 40, Kennedy 6. You tried to sneak one in there, Kennedy, but we caught you. It was Eastway that hit you 40-6. Well, you rewind that shit.
He's trying to put the fake score in.
Skirt! Pump your brakes. You got to beat 40-6,
Come
Kennedy.
on, Coach. You got to do better, Coach.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, we're gonna get our reporting together, but we called you on that. Piedmont, Piedmont and Squaw. That's what it says right here, but it's Spa.
He said Squaw.
Well, let's just say it could be Squaw because they are Squaw. Where are y'all? Y'all don't even have. It's a forfeit when it's time to play you every week. It's a forfeit. This is because you're not Spa, you're Squaw. That's the reason why you don't have enough players. So that was a forfeit. Piedmont got that forfeit. Let's go to the Southern Division. I don't know a lot about these guys, but what I do know is their history. So Southwest versus Crestdale. Crestdale was in the Final 4 last year.
Always solid.
And solid. Got some solid ball players, bro. Very well coached. Crestdale is trying to make a run, just try to stay in the playoff hunt. I think they lost one last week, but they won one this week. 22-6 over Southwest. Quail, Hollow, and AG.
AG putting some numbers up on.
AG is winning.
Yeah, back in the day, AG was a squad.
Back in the day, I heard AG and Quell
Yeah.
was some pretty good teams.
Yes.
So it looks like AG is back on track, emerging as one of the top teams in that Southern Division. So look out for AG. South Charlotte versus J.M. Robinson, 10-6. South Charlotte, J.M. Robinson. J.M. Robinson was one of those Elite 8 teams last year, but looks like they've fallen off just a little bit this year. They've lost a game. I think they won a game, but I know for sure they lost a game. Carmel versus Community House. Carmel is one of those teams that I used to hear about all the time, and everybody used to talk about them, and they are certainly undefeated right now. They defeated Community House 36-12. So they are I think, the top team in that division right now. 190 per house circle. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Excuse me for a second. Got it. All right. What?
I'm not.
Wait. Camera. I just need to go back to the boom and then go done. What?
There we go. Now go back to go present.
It's supposed to pop up.
No.
There it is. That's gonna be go right there.
Man.
Sorry, y'all. Technicality. Just go. All right, we back.
Live, man. We live.
Hey, we back like we never left. So, I was just talking about it. I ain't even have that up on the screen, but I might. Yeah, because so in the Northern Division, we have J.M. Alexander. Hold up, I'm gonna do one thing, y'all. Hey, these scores. Shout out to Shot by 32. Is that his name? Shot by 32 cameraman. This is where this format is coming from. Hey, Shot by 32, man. I thought you was gonna holler at us, man. Cameraman, man. We want to talk to you, bro. We want to talk to you, man. I love what you're doing. As far as getting these scores out every week, man. Super important, man. We love that, man. The elevation of middle school football, man. We like that. Holler at us, man. We want to talk to you about some other stuff, man. Maybe we can, get together on a few things and build a real big, huge platform together. Let me see. But I'm gonna add,
baby.
but I'm gonna hit share screen on this and go to the window, and I'm gonna share this. Boom. So we got it up on the screen right now. Shot by 32, man. Thank you for this, man. Cameraman, we appreciate it, man. We were gonna do this, but because you were so quick at getting it out to the people, man, we just kind of using your little stuff, man. It's all good, man. It's all love, man. We're all doing it for the same thing, man. To get the exposure middle school football. So anyway, give us a call though. You got my number. But anyway, Coolwood. Oh, J.M. Alexander. I can't forget about this one. J.M. Alexander versus Ranson. Ranson, I don't think they lost but one game, and that was the Piedmont in the last 3 years. J.M. Alexander had a good week. Another good week. 34-0. J.M. Alexander, good 3-0 start, man. So look for these guys to emerge at some point. Maybe in the Elite 8. They went to the Final Four. We don't know where that might go. But Coolwood, Ridge Road. Coolwood, Ridge Road, man. All those guys kind of beat each other. Ridge Road, Ransom beat Ridge Road. Coolwood beat somebody. James Martin. I don't know. We'll show that here in a minute. But each one of those guys are 2-1. Ransom, Coolwood, and Ridge Road. But either way, Ridge Road, surprising upset. Because I thought Coolwood, who was undefeated going into this game, was going to struggle a little bit. I mean, was going to dominate. Ridge Road, but Ridge Road got the win, man. Any given Tuesday or Wednesday,
Given
man.
Tuesday.
Any given Tuesday. So boom, 6-0. Ridge Road wins that one.
That was
James
just a
Martin. James Martin only dropped 140. They put up a 40 burger on Bradley. 40-0. James Martin 2-1. They're balling too. I think they're one of the up and coming teams in that division as well. Bailey and the North Hawks. Bailey been putting up some pretty good points, man. They're 2-1. They only lost. Their only loss come from Ranson, and I think it was 8-6 or 6-0, whichever one is that. But either way, Bailey beats the North Hawks 38-14.
Where's North? Where are they? North.
They're K8,
Okay.
so they're a school where there's not. If you don't have a school to play football for,
Okay.
if you're a private school, home school, whatever, you can go play at K8.
Gotcha.
Right. So
Makes
that's
sense.
where they are. And they kind of right across the street, right up the street from North Mech. So I mean from JM Alexander. So they can actually walk to our field.
Oh yeah. I seen that.
Yeah, they walked over there and got the dog. and we walked them back.
That's on the corner, right?
They walked over there and found out it was some dogs over there. And
ran back.
it didn't last long. But anyway, so
Hey, let me ask you this, Booker.
Yeah.
Who is the dog? Who is that guy at middle school that everybody needs to be watching out for in the high school level?
the guy
Who's the guy?
out of all these,
Not the team, the guy. Like if there's one player that comes to mind, like, man, this guy's gonna be
Right.
He
Who
could
did
probably,
big thing?
well, let me think. I can.
we got the kid from Piedmont.
I'm gonna be a little partial. I'm a little partial, a little biased
right.
to my guys. We got a running back named JT John Dog. He's gonna be that guy, that running back. His name is JT, and we got a lineman named Thunderbird, and another guy. We got some players over
Hold
there.
on now. I heard about this kid named Cash over at Mint Hill that's supposed to be
Mint
a
Hill.
one-man wrecking crew.
Mint Hill got a kid named Cash. That's a one-man record.
Yeah, I heard about him.
Yeah, and I'm glad you asked about that, man, because we got something we got something really big that's coming up. Where we're gonna really, really shout out these players, where everybody's gonna know who that guy is or
There
who
we go.
those guys are. That's coming up, and I'm gonna tell you about it right after this. So we got Mint Hill and Northridge. Cash. What happened? Anyway, 20-0. You didn't cash in against
Boy, you
Northridge.
crazy.
You Cash. No, Cash probably balled out though. Cash probably balled because
monster.
he's an awesome football player, but couldn't cross them pylons. Northridge, who has a really good program over there, Coach Daryl Smith, 20-0. They were one game out of the Final Four last year, so they're undefeated.
But you know what? I'm glad you brought Mint Hill up. I brought it up too. But the head coach is a position coach for Independence.
Awesome,
Independent. He showed is. Yep.
right?
So,
And they kind of always been that way ever since
Absolutely.
your nephew.
Yep.
Ever since your nephew.
But guess who's in their backyard? Literally can walk down the hill and be in Northeast.
Is it either Butler or Independence?
No. Literally, Independence and Northeast Middle School
It's right there.
Back to back.
Yeah, they kind of like North Mech and JM Alexander,
Yeah,
like right there.
Same concept.
Our players walk to the game.
Walk.
We walked to the game, walked back the other day because we played against Branson, but we played at North Mech.
Mhm.
But we walked back. The kids walk back to the school. Boom, it's right there. So yeah, cool. Got to have that relationship.
Yeah.
So you got Northeast. Speaking of Northeast beat Albemarle Road 28-0. 28-0. Albemarle.
Yeah.
But McClintock,
Ooh.
okay.
Well, everybody beating up on MLK.
McClintock balling though. 36-6. They putting up some numbers. I think they got a rough start. Maybe the first game they had a out of conference game against Sedgefield. They took a L, but then they bounced back since. Like I tell people, those first weeks, week 1, week 2, you only had them few weeks to get your offense and your defense together, and then finally after about week 3 or something, week 4 going to week 4, you kind of get built some type of chemistry, and you look, and you're able to put up a little bit more,
So let me ask you
of a
this.
fight.
You done with all the scores? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got one more, and it was a forfeit. Cochran against another K8. I didn't even know there was another K8 out there. I guess they're in different parts of the city. This is on the eastern side, so Cochran was scheduled to play them, but K8 maybe don't know what happened. Typically, when you see that, the team just didn't field enough players. So
Right.
yeah, so 6-0 for Cochran. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So you said something about it being an out of conference, right? So how does that affect the bottom line when they go into the Elite 8? Because it's the top 2 teams in each conference. Is that based off the total record or their record in that conference?
No, it's going to be based off the conference record.
So that
The non-conference
that
conference game is
count
not
against
gonna. It's not gonna.
Okay.
It's not gonna impact the
Gotcha.
the win loss.
So it's the top 2 teams in each conference right now.
Absolutely, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Let me
Man,
see.
you can't afford to lose in the conference.
No, man. That's just like anywhere else, man.
You can't
Yeah.
lose the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the conference games, man. You take that L. You take that L. Take them L's in the conference, boy. You got it. Yay! But hey, just like you said, we just talked about it, man. Here's your conference leaders right now. You got Piedmont and Randolph in the Central Division, 3-0. Wilson still there. Anything could happen. Depends on who. And then it comes down to points. I think it's points for and points against.
North Division.
Yeah. So that Central Division 3-0, Piedmont 3-0, Randolph. I'm pretty sure they got to play each other. Somebody's gonna take a loss. But if Wilson keeps winning or Eastway keeps winning, it's gonna come down to some head-to-head matchups. So that's kind of tight over there. You go to the Northern Division, you got JM Alexander. Of course, JM Alexander 3-0. They still got ways to go. We still got to play Coolwood. We got to play James Martin. We've already played Bailey. So yeah, we got to play Ridge Road. So tight over there. 3-0. Next 3 teams, 2-1. Anything could happen as far as that second seed. Come down to points.
Yeah.
Come down to points. You got to put up some points. So
Numbers.
you talk about good sportsmanship, but hey, man,
you gotta run them numbers, baby.
It's a dog eat dog world. You got to run this number, Coach. Why did you call timeout, man? It's only 15 seconds left in the game, and you're already up 2 touchdowns. Hey, bro,
baby.
I got to get these points out. And the referees, hey, no, man, they don't see it that way.
Yeah.
But they just being refs. But so in the Southern Division, you got AG and Carmel 3-0. Then the next 2 teams, 2-1, Quail Hollow, Crestdale. That's going to be interesting to see who finishes in the top 2. Because it can only be 8 teams, basically, 2 out of each division. So it's going to be 2 teams. Then you got North Ridge, who's 3-0, and then you got Mitten Hill, who's 2-1, and Northeast, who's 2-1, and McClintock is actually undefeated in the conference. They're 2-0 in the conference. They only have they got 1 loss outside of the conference. So that kind of actually leaves them undefeated in the conference. Yeah. So they're still eligible to be one of those top teams in the conference. So that's what it is, man. And really good. Hey,
man, if you look at it across the board, it's pretty competitive.
Yeah.
You got 2 teams at the bottom on each division with no wins, but everybody else has at least a win. You got a lot of 2-win teams, a lot of 2-1 teams in the north. Yeah. So was it 2 2-1 teams and 3 of those?
Yep. So we're gonna move on to our last screen. We're gonna share you with the let's see. We'll go here.
All right, fellas. I'm about to get out, man. I'm about to get up early in the morning, fellas.
All
right, Coach, man.
See you Saturday, bro.
We'll see you soon, man.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
see you Saturday. Matter of fact, we're gonna come out Saturday, man.
Yeah,
Check it out.
yeah.
Check
Definitely
things
come out there, bro.
Check it out. All right, man. We
All right, brother.
appreciate you coming
Y'all be
on,
easy,
man.
man.
All right. And this right here is On the Line Sports Media Elite 8. We just talked about those teams. Right now, if you had to do some type of power rankings for the Elite 8 right now, these are the top 8 teams right now. If that's leading each division. Carmel, AG, Randolph, Northridge, JM, Coolwood snuck in there. That could go either way. Those 2-1 teams. It's 3 of them. But right now, I think based on points,
How many games you guys have?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a ways to go, man.
So then you got Piedmont, of course. Then you got McClintock. So right now, week 3, we would say On the Line Sports Media says that this is your Elite 8 for week 3. And that could very well change from week to week, man. So good football. And the one thing we talked about earlier, man, is you was asking who is that guy? Who's the guy in youth football? I mean, in middle school football right now. If you just had to name one, it's a lot of programs out there. Some of these guys, there's probably some guys out there that we need to tap into, find out what they're doing, what their stats are.
But you know
what
what?
they're
Here's
looking
what I
at.
challenge all the coaches that's listening. Shop that guy, man. Prop
Yeah.
that guy up. Call us in. Call in and let us know who's your guy. Who's that guy on your team? Because everybody has one or two that's going to make an impact, immediate impact at high school. They could probably go in and play varsity right away.
Absolutely, man. And that's what we're doing this for, man. Really, it ain't even about the team, man. It's really, essentially, this is all about the kids, man. This is really all about the kids, man. We want you to send in the names of the kids. Call in, go to onthelines@gmail.com, send in their stats. Send in that kid, man, because we right here on the lines, us and if you've seen him, WEA Sports, we're gonna announce at the end of the season, we're gonna announce the first all conference middle school football team.
On the
Offense
line, all conference
and defense, all conference
I like it.
football team, man. We're gonna announce all conference players, man. And you used to always, you always wanted to see that, right? Like if you was in high school,
Right.
did I make all conference, all metro, all of that? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it simple, man. We're gonna start out with just building or seeing an all conference team for the first time in CMS middle school football. Hey, by no means is CMS is not affiliated with what we're doing. This is On the Lines and this is On the Lines Sports Media and WEA Sports, who actually, we're out in the community. We're out searching and looking for these top players. We're counting on coaches. This year, we're pretty much counting on coaches, kind of the honor system to give us, your top kids. And then every week we want you to give us your top kid, your top performers, man, so we can kind of build this all conference team, man, and be fair with it, right? And then eventually we're gonna do something for those all conference players, man. We're gonna have something big for the all conference players. We're gonna put them in the room with some guys that might be interested in them.
Right.
Who would potentially be interested in all these all conference players? Probably, maybe some of these high school guys. They might. So we're gonna try to. We got something special coming up for these middle school kids, man, and middle school teams. And man, y'all just tap in with us, man. Go to On the Lines. Go to On the Lines. Facebook. Follow us. Like our content. Go to YouTube and follow our page. Like our page. Subscribe. And yeah, and continue to follow us, man, and continue to support. Without you guys, we couldn't do it, man. So pretty good show tonight, man.
Sure.
Yeah, pretty good show tonight, man. And we appreciate you, Coach Philando.
Absolutely, man. I'll be back.
For shouting us out, man. If you want to check out Coach Philando, man, you can see him walking the sidelines every Friday night. Butler High School, man. This week is on Saturday.
Saturday night.
Who y'all
Hey,
got?
listen, man.
Who y'all got?
I know. Providence. I know. I heard the whispers. We hear the whispers. Absolutely, man. Oh, also, man, I'm going to just give me a second, man. I got something
Go
special
for it.
coming up as well, man. Impact Culture, the podcast, man. We're going to be doing some live interviews on the golf course. Impact Culture on the links, man. It's going to be very interesting, man. Talk to some very influential people in the neighborhood, some professional people, you know, people that love golf, man. Just kind of, you know, get outside, do something a little different, man. And it's going to be a great show, man. We'll be putting that information up soon, man. So I would definitely in advance appreciate your support, man. So, but hey, man, we hear the whispers over in the doghouse, man. But hey, trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So yeah, man.
Trust.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, come on, man.
Come on, man. We ain't ducking no smoke. We good, bro.
We know Butler ain't ducking no smoke,
We
man.
good, bro.
We hey, man. Y'all my guys, man. I want to see you guys do well, man.
Coming, bro. Trust me,
Yeah,
coming.
yeah. Y'all done took a couple, you know, y'all actually been playing
No,
surprisingly really good.
Let's call it what it is. We got our ass handed to us the first game.
Yeah, I got punched in the mouth.
And then after that, man, we'll make no excuses, but we had an opportunity to win against Weddington. We had an opportunity to beat Airmo. So, those things kind of slipped away from us. So, but it was, hey, listen, we played a tough schedule, no excuses, but I love it because now we're in the conference place. It's a new season.
Every week, man.
Every week, 1-0.
Every week,
Let's
man.
go.
Y'all 1-0 right now in the conference, man.
Absolutely.
Keep balling. Y'all playing, is Providence not in y'all conference, are they?
Yeah, it's
Providence,
all conference play.
everything is conference play,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm rooting for Butler, man. I hope Butler having some
Be
success.
all right, bro.
But hey,
My
man,
word.
y'all gonna be all right, man.
We-
Based on the staff and the guys that I know, man, and I've seen you guys walk the sideline and coach other teams, man. I'm sure Coach Ferb gonna pull it all together, man.
Oh yeah. It's
And
coming. It's coming.
and Butler end up having a great season, man.
Oh, yeah.
But
We're not worried.
yeah, we're gonna come out and check you guys out, man. I'm glad to hear, man. It's conference play,
Oh, it's
high
football
school
season now.
football, man.
It's
It's
football,
football
now.
season, man. Go out and support these high school football programs, man, in your area, man. If you connected to some kids, go check them out, man. If you connected to some coaches, go out and support some of these coaches, man. Football is back. I think it's back right now, man.
Oh yeah.
High school football, man. And just go out and support them, man. Go out, take some time out.
Saturday
Night
lights, baby.
If not, man, it's Saturday Night Lights.
Saturday night lights.
It's
baby.
Saturday Night Lights this week. It's Saturday Night Lights due to the tropical storm, man. We want to keep kids safe, of course. So keep everybody safe, man. You know what I mean? So Saturday looks like it's gonna be a beautiful night for football. Saturday night. So come out and support high school football, Charlotte, North Carolina. We appreciate everybody listening, and we'll see you next week.
We out, man.